Ci sono italiani? Ok, io farò il tour in inglese. Qualsiasi cosa non capiate, in momenti di silenzio potete chiedere tutto quanto, altrimenti io mi fermo 10 minuti alla fine del tour e tutti i dubbi che avete spiego. And on our ceiling there's the biggest Italian flag ever made in history. All the ropes that you see around here instead of the walls have been navate. This is the first one we're crossing. We will cross the second navata just on the side right there. And here I used to say that no journey can start without the concept of time, and that's what this installation just represents in front of you. It represents the opposition between one of the most ancient ways to take the time, which is the hourglass up there, and one of the most modern ones. The difference is that the hourglass is not really precise. This mechanism that you see in the middle is one of the most precise clock ever made in history because it's the mechanism of the atomic clock. The clock used by the astronaut, the clock used in space. As the ears of the Jubilee, and inside each point of light there is a block of diamond of 7 faces, symbolizing the 7. As I told you, we are taking a flight, but not with an helicopter, not with an airplane, so not in a traditional way. What you see here on your left is the block engine of a tilt rotor, which is a machine that is just in the middle between an airplane and an helicopter, and can go both of the 4 ways of movement. So up and down, and in the front, and in the open space. And this kind of architecture, it's the secret behind the fact that our pavilion is the only one in at least 250 pavilions to not have a classic peculiar history behind, because it has been built by a single craftsman from Filipudi Island in Sicily that came here and assembled this wall hand by hand, stone by stone, in 1 week with an ancient technique that is called dried stone wall, that is a UNESCO cultural heritage, and it symbolized the ancient people of Italy and the ancient culture of Italy. On the inside we walk down a historic era going directly to the Renaissance, but if you stop right here right now and use the wall as a balcony, you can have a look around while I will explain you what does this place mean to us. So remain below the wall and face it from the front here. Remain below. All the pools that you see here represent the Mediterranean Sea, while the island in the middle represents Italy. Because inside we have the representation of all the Italian regions, as I will show you after. You may be wondering why the pools here are green. That's because inside these pools we have a cultivation of a particular type of a microalga, which is the island spirulina. That is a process very similar to the photosynthesis one, because it gets heated thanks to the carbon dioxide. All the movement that you see here in the water, called the bubbles, is the air coming up from the restaurant, from the station. This is what we used to call the Italian Belvedere. Belvedere is a word that in Italian basically means the place where you can see the beauty. In fact, in Italy we have architectures like this that are for the outdoors, that thanks to the windows that are around can lead the eye to the landscapes all around. Here we simulated the idea of the windows thanks to these screens that are showing many different landscapes from different Italian regions. This, for example, is the region Apulia, which is the heel of the Italian roof. And each 3 minutes it does change regions because we wanted to show how Italy is different in every. And this is the space I was just speaking you about. This space is called the space of the short stories. Short because here we have temporary exhibition in collaboration with partners and sponsors to show the know-how of Italian enterprises. The exhibition that you're looking at right now is an exhibition called Genius Italy Designed at Naples, because each one of the pieces of the collection that you see here in the glasses, it's not just a piece of design, but it's an object from everyday life in Italy Italy that can enable people to do particular kind of things. For example, all the objects that you see in the section down below are objects that usually in Italy enable people to have relations with each other. Or on the other side, you can see all objects that typically in Italy enable people to get in movement. And this is the demonstration of how Italian design perfectly combines the concepts of beauty and functionality. Dedicated to Italian opportunities in two main fields, the one of water and the one of space. And you maybe wonder, why is there a garden in a place called Innovation Space? It's not just a representation of Italian agriculture. It's not. This is a big experiment going on in which we are trying to see if we can grow an environment like this in space and work in it remotely from Earth. Each one of the plants here, even the smallest ones, have a sensor on the roots that monitors the level of hydration of the plants to see if they are growing well in a non-natural environment like this. And we are monitoring them directly from Rome right now, from the CN area in Rome. The idea is that if we can now cover the distance from Rome to Dubai, one day we will cover the distance from Earth to space, and we can grow an environment like this directly in space, evaluating all the space that we have in the atmosphere around us, and it could be very, very useful. Imagine one day to buy a tomato grown in space, and how much will it cost one day? So coming to the last part of our exhibition here. I know that this is the moment everyone was waiting for. This is the place that is called the Theater of Memory. All the place here is surrounded by this beautiful mosaic that has been made in Murano glass and it's covered in gold. And this is the house of the David of Michelangelo. This is a copy. It's an identical twin made with revolutionary technologies like 3Ds and laser technologies. It has two main differences with the original one. The first one is that here you can look him in the eyes. It's a thing that with the original one in Florence you cannot do because you can only look at him from the downside. The second main difference regards the material used, because this one is made in resins and in recycled plastic. In fact, it has been made thanks to plastic bottles recycled from the Italian water brand Ferrarelle. The original one is made in marmo, and it means that the original one will deteriorate and change in time, while this will stay exactly how it is. Comparing them in time, we will see how the original one will change and quickly accelerate the process of restoring. That you know it's a revolutionary innovation in the field of art, because as you know, in Italy we have a lot of art to manage, so accelerating the process of restoring could help us to give more art to the people that visit our country every year. I will leave it alone to the last part of your path right here on the right. It's called the Immersive Gallery. It's a gallery covered in acoustic panels that are made to make you concentrate on the sense of smelling. You will smell different Italian perfumes from different Italian landscapes like the sea or myrto, which is an Italian berry from Sardinia. And at the end you will find a train that will take you outside the pavilion, taking with you all the beauty that you have gained running around the Italian exhibition path this year in Expo 2020 Dubai. Thank you so much for the listening. Enjoy the last part of your trip, and thank you for coming to the Italian pavilion today.
Hashtag